Peace, family. You know, when it comes to the civil rights movement, and when these civil rights organizations align themselves with pastors, I just got one thing that I want to ask before I get into this video. Does this mean anything to either the civil rights leaders or the pastors? When you ask a pastor for his help, or when a pastor wants to lead a civil rights organization, does this mean anything? Because see, in this book, God describes exactly how he wants his people to believe, how he wants his people to act, and how we can identify ourselves. I see none of this when I look at these organizations that's soliciting the help of these pastors or these pastor-led. I see none of it. Even when Jamal Bryant so-called called an end to the Target boycott, one of his agendas, well, several of them, was he wanted the people who are oppressing his people to invest in black communities. He wanted the people who are oppressing his people to partnership with HBCUs. He wanted the people who are oppressing our people to invest in black banks. He wants the people who are oppressing our people to look over and look at DEI differently, so you can hire and pay and promote. This is the agenda of this pastor. Show me anywhere in this book where God has inspired pastors, to align themselves, to partner themselves with the wicked, with the evil. Show me anywhere where God wanted you to work with your oppressor. It doesn't exist. God wanted us to separate ourselves from these people. And you know, and it's not as difficult as people think. All you have to do now is, we have over 60 years of civil rights movement that we can look back on. The decisions that was made, the results that came of it, and we can make better choices today for our people to move forward, to power us into a brighter future. As a self-proclaimed leader of our people, as a person who aspired to be the next civil rights leader of our people, I wouldn't mind collaborating with the pastor. I wouldn't mind working with other civil rights leaders. But we got to have a specific plan that we all, because see, the Bible preaches the importance of us having the one faith. This is what the Bible taught. There's one God. You believe in a different God, you're not one of our people. The Bible breaks down exactly how God and what he had in mind when he created us, how he intended his people to act and behave, and how we can identify ourselves as a nation. If your pastor, your civil rights leader or organization is not speaking to you in this manner, don't participate. It's just as simple as that. This is just going to be a continuation of all the things, all the failed policies, all the failed procedures that we've experienced over the last 60 years. We're not giving this no more energy. Now, as a Bible-inspired civil rights organizer, we can have both. We can have both what God intended us for us to have, and what the civil rights movement say we should have. We can combine both of them. And what I say what we need as a people, we need an industrial base. We need our own independent businesses, industries, and institutions to provide for our own essential needs and services. We need to have one faith, one belief, that these rights, these privileges, These liberties are our inalienable right. We have the right to have this. We have the right to have a governing system to preside and coordinate and set margins and standards for our people, to hold us accountable and the governing body accountable. Right now, we have none of that. We need to have a way that we run our business that's more aligned to what will keep us in sync to what God wants us to have. And I believe my business plan would be we function on a two-tier business structure. We will have a primary business section and a secondary business section. The primary business would be in charge of establishing livable wages for our people, to give them respect and dignity through livable wages. Our second tier of businesses would be in charge of maintaining the cost of living, offering us an affordable way of life. Our second tier will work in conjunction with our first tier to make sure the services that they provide is affordable to the people. This is the system that we should be having. And then we should be able to industrialize and prioritize our people. All our businesses, all our industries, all our institutions will be here to prioritize the needs and services of our people. As I have said many times, we should not get into any discussion with any nation of people where it concerns the education of our people, how we provide for our health, how we feed our people, how we manufacture, create our own jobs, our own goods, our own services, how we distribute our products and services, how we control our economics. And we should have an organization that governs over these things, like I say, to keep everything in sync, keep everything monitored, to hold everybody accountable. It is against our law for us to even entertain a conversation like this with anybody outside of our nation. If we discuss this with anybody, it's going to be in-house, so that we can hold ourselves accountable. We should not be sitting up here in 2026 trying to get our oppressor to invest in black people. We can invest in ourselves. We should not be trying to get our investor to invest in black banks when we could be doing that. We should be doing that ourselves. All of these things that I'm talking about, and that's just a few of the plan and agenda that I have for my people. It's obtainable, it's achievable, and it's generational. And like I said in my previous video, and I'm going to always say, the only thing that we're lacking as a people is faith, an organization, and trust. As soon as we get this, everything and more that I've been talking about is within our reach. But we'll never get there if we keep practicing the same failed policies and following these same charlatan pastors that we've been up to this point to now. It's just as simple as that. I'm in this video here, and as always, these are my thoughts, my opinions. I invite you to leave yours in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Ashe.